Welcome to another great episode of Grow Through Positivity. Today I have the honor to introduce you Eli, or we'll ask him in a minute if he goes by Eli. However, let me just share with the audience over here that I had the honor of being on a short mini podcast at a past show of None of Your Business with Eli as part of the group of asking great questions and sitting in for Ushi. After that, I had the honor of having a full episode. So if you missed it, go back to None of Your Business podcast. They have great guests, great hosts. And with that, take it away, Mr. Basch.
Thank you so much for having me on your podcast, Eli. And yeah, it actually started as Eli when I first had a career brokering ad space, with big news websites across the United States. But then when I kind of pivoted back into the more, I would say, from world, it became Eli again. So Eli without the E at the end. But yeah.
Exactly. So for that sake, let's make it simple for the world and just add the E, because my next question is your name Elio or Eliezer?
Elio.
Okay, so there you go. It's a no-brainer. Well, with that, let's skip right over. Tell the audience what it is that you do and how is it that you share your talent with the world?
Great question. So I believe what we do at Day3 is we really solve big level problems and help brands, companies go to new places they haven't been before. And it really depends, with each business. But what we're really here to do is help them achieve big time success and solve a certain problem or challenge or struggle that they're facing in their business. And we do that through premium branding, storytelling, and websites. That is the medium in which we help our clients solve their problems and grow. So, for example, one of the most weird examples I'll give you just to start is this construction company came to us for a website. And I asked them, why now, after 20 years, do you want to build a website? And they said, well, when our clients are going to the banks for financing and they're trying to get building approvals from the town, one of the things that will help them get an expedited approval is that when they see the construction company and developer that we chose is an established company, right? So we're doing it so our clients can have an easier time getting financing and building approvals. So again, that's an interesting problem. That's not a problem that they necessarily would want to spend $50,000 on solving, right? When I talk about budgeting, it's really it's an investment, right? So it's what's your ROI, right? If I can solve you $1 million problem, right, and I can help you make $1 million by, let's say, helping you get your products into Target, there's no question about it that you're going to be willing to spend $100,000 on that if I can guarantee you that it's going to happen. If I can show you 3 other brands that we've gotten into Target or other big box stores, and you believe that if you get in there, you can make $1 million in the first year, $10 million in the future years, there's no limit to how much you would want to spend on that. It's really an investment. That's how I view it. So, just to go back to it, that's just one of the different requests that we get. We want to get into the big box stores. We want to open doors to meetings that we were never able to get. There's a lighting company that we're working with. They're doing local jobs, but they want to get into the Walmarts of the world. They want to get into Amazon warehouses. They need to open doors to big meetings. So these are some of the different, basically, I would say, not bumps in the road, but I'm looking for a better word here.
Opportunities that they come across that they would partner with you.
Yeah, these are some of the opportunities, but I'm saying from the client's perspective, these are some of the barriers that they're coming to. We have a website. It got us to where we are today. We're successful, but it's not going to take me to the big time, right? This type of website doesn't represent us well enough, whether it's our sophistication, whether it's the involvement of our services, whether it's the perfection of our standards, it will not get us to this next stage, and we're stuck. And that's where we're going to come in, redo their messaging, redo their visual identity, redo their whole brand personality and persona, and really to take them to the next level so they can overcome that hump and go and achieve major revenue goals.
Do you specialize in any specific industry? Did you find a niche of a market that you appreciate working in?
It's a great question. We really specialize in positioning our clients as industry leaders, right? To be the most standout, the most unique, the most different. That's our specialty. I'm a big believer that good design translates to any industry. And we have clients, collision shops, and we have real estate, healthcare. Good design is by understanding the personality type of the company. It's understanding the vibes that you want to give across, the brand image that you want to create, understanding which colors do what, understanding whether it's bold or thin, sleek or um, maybe minimalist. It's really understanding the brand, and then with good design, you can really do anything. Now, it happens to be that there are some projects that I'll give to certain designers on the team, and other projects where I feel like other people on the team would succeed. But I really believe that ultimately, I would never want to limit myself to a certain industry.
How did you end up going into this industry, if I may ask? What drew you to this industry?
Interesting question. So I actually started out brokering ads, online ad space, and part of um, that product was we had to figure out a way to integrate the ads where it didn't disrupt the user experience. So we needed to blend it in a way where it was eye-catching, but at the same time wasn't too jarring. And I learned a lot about UI UX dealing with app publishers and web news publishers and websites about what is the right perfect balance of a good user experience and a good user interface. So that was my first, I would say, dealings with websites. And then we were actually coding all this stuff, how the ads would interact with hover, scroll, when they would stick, when they would stay in place, after how many paragraphs in an article would an ad appear. We had a system developed to understand what was the right balance for that. And so that was really my first exposure to websites and coding all this stuff, working with developers, understanding UI UX. And then from there, I was also doing sales, right? So I was leading a development team, developing the product, and I was also doing a ton of sales. And that's where I kind of developed my ability as a marketer, right? Because when we're building a website, when we're building a brand, what we're essentially doing is sales. Everything you do is sales. You're selling a bank on giving you financing. You're selling a client on buying from you. You're selling an employee on joining your company. Everything you're doing is selling. And for me, 5 years leading a sales team, doing cold email campaigns, running pitches, and really understanding what it takes to sell, how to connect to people. For me, I took that blend of dealing with websites, dealing with people, dealing with sales, and I put those two things together to basically create really smooth web experiences and brand experiences that really sell. What you're essentially doing, design is selling, the copy is selling. Instead of me writing a cold email, I'm writing a website, but at the same time, it's the same thing. So every single marketing campaign, I believe that was the best, would you say, college or university to go into this industry, is to really become a successful salesperson. That is, if you want to ever open up a marketing company, you have to be a successful salesperson first and foremost. So for me, that was the best education possible.
Excellent.
And now I'm furthering that education by having to sell my own company all day. right? If you can't sell your own company, you can't sell somebody else's company. So that's kind of the evolvement and the development that helps me keep growing, and it helps me to keep improving on our ability to sell, is the fact that I have to constantly improve my ability to sell, right? Going from selling $3,000 logos to $20,000 brands is a massive difference. And with that, you have to grow as a salesman. It's very easy to convince your next door neighbor on a $3,000 logo, but it's very hard to convince a big growing brand to pay you $20,000 to do their branding. It's a very different game. And if you're not evolving as a salesperson, you're not going to be able to grow your business.
Are there any influencers or mentors that you read a book or took a course that you can share?
So I would say my father always tells me that it's my namesake, Uncle Eli Basch, who I'm named after, my grandfather's brother. He was like a diamond salesman, that people's person. So I do have that naturally, but I was lacking a lot of structure. My first big move was I hired Jakob Steinberg to really give me that structure, how to sell, how to basically not sell, but how to show how you're going to solve a problem. Because ultimately, that's what selling is. You have to be able to show somebody how you're going to solve their problem. That sells it for them, right? So Jakob Steinberg was a major influence for me. Having people in my corner like Menashe Friedman these days, who's a good friend of mine, has also helped me tremendously. Josh Braun on LinkedIn has helped me a lot. Um, I mean, I haven't seen him in a while on LinkedIn, but I love all the whole sales community. Shalom Markman, he's great. Recently, believe it or not, I've been working with a coach by the name of Shlomo Yachnas, and it happens to be that secretly the guy is a sales assassin, and I don't think he talks about this enough on LinkedIn, but he's helped me take that really next big step in Day3 to really sell to the much bigger brands, bigger companies. And the guy, low key, is quite an incredible salesman. And although he is my business coach and he is my personal coach, but as a salesman, he's really helped me take my game to the next level on the sales level.
Beautiful, beautiful. With that brings us to a quick end to this short episode here. Please like this, comment, share it. And Eli, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your wisdom and your passion for what it is that you do. For those that would like to be a guest, feel free to message me right here on LinkedIn, and we would be happy to host you and share what it is that you are willing to share. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ellie.